guys, it's Mamie. I hope you are well. I finally have a book chat video for you today. I just finished The Shell Seekers by Rosamunde Pilcher. This book is a family saga. It's beautifully written and very long. It is 632 pages. And that's a little bit longer than I'm used to, but it was fantastic. It's about a woman named Penelope Keeling, and it's her life story. It begins with her returning home from a hospital stay. She had had a slight, a minor heart attack. So she returns home, and she has 3 adult children who are concerned about her staying alone. But to make a long story short, she's fine to stay at home alone. Her middle child, Olivia, who was my favorite character out of my favorite child of hers, is more like Penelope in that she's very loving and caring. Now, her 2 other children, Nancy and Noel, are quite selfish and self-centered. So it's their characters along with Penelope throughout the whole book. And now Penelope is the daughter of a famous artist. The Shell Seekers, as I had thought, would be like set on the ocean and it was all about summer, and it's not. The Shell Seekers is actually a painting that Penelope Keeling's father painted when she was a little girl. He gifted it to Penelope for her wedding, and it hung in her living room for many years. Now, apparently, there are other paintings, some sketches, and our panels that the artist painted that are now worth a lot of money, in which the son Noel has researched. So he has like an ulterior motive to help his mother find these paintings. Like he claims he's going to clean out her attic because he fears she has so much junk up there that it's a fire hazard, when really he's looking for the panels and he's looking for the sketches. So he can convince his mother to get them appraised and or to sell them, so she can then give handouts to her children. Isn't that awful? So, Mom, I'm going to help you, but I expect you to pay me for this. Anyways, how awful is that? So this book also reflects back on her life. It's basically, she flashes back to when she was a gal, and then when she got married, and she had Nancy, and then her husband, I think his name was Ambrose. He was away at war, so it was World War II, in which you know that I love historical fiction, especially World War II era. They didn't quite have a great marriage, but he was gone a lot. But then when he did come home, he's not a very, popular. He's not very, his character is not really well spoken of in this book. In my opinion, it sounded like he wasn't the greatest of persons. He was a gambler. I don't know if he's straight. I don't know anything like that, but I don't think Penelope was all that happy, to be honest. But there are twists and turns and things that happen, and it is a fantastic saga. If you like descriptive writing, but not to a point of annoyance, then you will like this book. I thought it was beautifully written. It was so descriptive to me. She talks about cooking a lot in this book. I could actually smell the food she was cooking. I could actually taste. My mouth actually watered when she was talking about the soup. And then, they talk about tea a lot. I'm a big tea drinker. And I just love the whole, the ceremonious ritual of making tea and steeping it and just the steam. I mean, it was just absolutely beautiful. So, yes, this book took me a very long time to read, but I think it was not because I didn't enjoy it. It was not that at all. It was because I think I wanted to absorb it. It's a slow book. You have to let it digest, and let it simmer in here to really appreciate it. That's how I feel anyways. But anyways, so Olivia, I think it's her favorite child. And she goes to, I think it's pronounced Ibiza, Ibiza, and she falls in love with this older man, similar to how Penelope's parents, her father was a lot older than her mother. And he had, I think his name was Cosmo. He has a daughter, Antonia. Now, Antonia takes very well to Olivia and Penelope. So well that, I don't want to give too much away, Antonia ends up living with Penelope down the road. I don't want to give too much away. So Antonia and Penelope and Olivia are very close, very loving together. And I don't want to, it's hard to do these videos because I don't want to give out too much information, but I want to give you enough so it sounds appealing. So if you like long books, a family saga of a woman who goes back in time to her childhood and reflects up to the present day with the struggles she has with her adult children, then you're going to really like this book. It was beautifully written, and I think you're going to love it. I tabbed a ton of things because just her descriptions were just so gorgeous. I actually read them 2 or 3 times because I could actually feel myself being there. There were a couple that I wanted to share with you, if you don't mind. Oh, let's see. I should have marked them better. Okay, here's one. This is an example. During the night, the rain ceased. The low clouds blown away and dispersed by a southeast wind. Sunday morning dawned clear-skied and tranquil, the stillness pierced only by a chorus of birdsong. It was this which awoke Antonia. The first rays of sunlight were slanting into her bedroom through the window. These lay warm on the carpet, picked out the deep pink of the roses that patterned the curtains. She got out of bed and went to inspect the day, leaning bare forearms on the sill, smelling the damp and mossy scented air. The thatch was so low that it tickled the top of her head, and she saw the dew glittering on the grass, and the 2 thrushes caroling away in the chestnut tree. The sweet mistiness of a perfect spring morning. Oh, I mean, I could totally see the sun rays coming in the window and reflecting on the carpet, the pattern on the carpet being the roses. I could totally see, she says, your bare forearms leaning against the windowsill. I could totally envision that. I could hear the birds chirping. I could smell the dew and the misty. I mean, hello, this is just beautiful writing. Let's see, what else did I mark? One more. Let's do one more. Okay. But their evenings, perhaps, were best of all. With the curtains drawn and the fire blazing, they listened to music, working their way through Helena Bradbury's collection of records, and taking turns to get up and change the needle and wind the handle of the old wooden gramophone. Bathed and changed, they dined by the fireside, drawing up a low table, setting it with crystal and silver, eating whatever Mrs. Brick had left for them, and drinking the bottle of wine which Richard, acting on instructions, has fetched up from the cellar. I can just picture the fireplace, and I don't know. I'm such a sap. I love all this stuff. Anyways, if you like family sagas, try to pick this up, and let me know in the comments below if you've read it, or if you think you want to read it. Give me a chat down in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great